is happening, y'all? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Creatia Conversation, where we discuss different topics in the world of creative media. I am your host, Lord Cussalot Travis Pointer, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka T Money, aka the HNIC. And I'm joined once again this week.
Lord Cussalot Travis Pointer,
Hmm.
aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka Sweet T, aka T Money. I feel like you didn't say Black Merlin.
Did I not say
I feel
Black
like I
Merlin?
didn't hear Black Merlin. I didn't hear Black Merlin.
So I need to start over, huh? Lord Cussalot Travis Pointer, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka the HNIC. And I'm joined this week once again by my co-host Mara the motherfucking Shark Watkins. How you doing, Mara?
I'm hungry, but I'm good.
Will was first.
He was number one.
Don't just do it, Travis. Just acknowledge me, just this once.
You
It's been
have
2
to.
weeks.
He definitely helped you out right there because I didn't catch it.
I hate you both.
I love you too.
And the patron saint of podcast and the warden, Matt Ritter.
Hi, Travis.
Hi.
I'm not here for dragons and titties anymore. I'm the patron saint again. Hi, Will. Hi, Tommy.
How are y'all doing?
I'm hysterical. How are you doing, Matt?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
I feel like I was the only person who answered that question. Ooh, I got my nails fixed.
Oh, look at you with fixed nails.
Yeah, I broke my pinky and my ring finger last week, so it's been driving me crazy.
Where were you putting your fingers? What happened?
Lifting stuff. Actually, one of them just kind of broke on its own accord. I just think the acrylic was getting weak.
Weak ass acrylic.
I know, right?
What is Matthew doing right now?
Somebody said
Looking at
because of the title of the show, they're like, you must never have played this, and then they posted the Bad Boys 2 video game. So I'm telling them they should come watch the show because it's not actually making a game with those people.
How did I not know that existed though?
Powerbomb Jutsu, our boys over at Powerbomb Jutsu, yeah.
Oh shit!
Thanks for the heads up while I'm looking for it. I have screens now, guys.
You got what?
I have screens.
Oh, screens. Okay.
I got screens on screen.
How many screens you got, Mara?
My computer, I have an external monitor for that, and then I have a little tiny smart TV next to it.
Nice. When I went down to Florida, to visit my family for, 4th of July weekend / my sister's birthday, I acquired 2 new screens. So I have a total of 5 now.
I only have 2.
Jesus.
Got 3 right here and then 2 more mounted up right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Bad Boys 2 for the PS2.
I was on PS2. Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks around the right time.
So now I got to find an emulator.
I said we can emulate it. No biggie.
To play fucking PS2 games to now find an emulation of that one. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, I know you all haven't been playing anything on the PS2 lately, but what you been watching? What you been playing? What's been up?
Porn and myself.
Okay.
No. I'm caught up on The Acolyte, Star Wars The Acolyte. I
watched
except
that
for maybe the newest episode because it probably dropped already. We were caught up on The Boys.
Oh yeah, the finale came out today.
Yeah, so I still have to watch that, but up to the finale, we were all caught up on The Boys. And then other than that, it's just been we're covering the Hannibal Lecter trilogy this weekend on Getting Off. So I've watched Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, and Hannibal. stuff for Return to Wrestling, but really the boys and the Acolyte are the two big things. I started watching Penny Dreadful, but have not finished it.
Ooh. I started that when it first came out. I think we had gotten up to like the last season. And I think we had we just couldn't, or the second or third season, whichever, just couldn't keep up with like other stuff in life. But it's always been like on my list of things to come back to. And I felt like I just wasn't able to, because I feel like it was taken off of stuff when these companies started merging. I forget which one it was on, when they started merging with each other and they were just axing shit left and right. Yeah, like I just kind of was like, I guess I'll find it Sunday. Oh my god.
I think it's on Paramount Plus now because they're doing a thing with Showtime, is I think where I'm watching it.
Yeah, because if you get Paramount Plus, I think without ads, I think automatically you get Showtime. Because they're just like, nope, no matter what now, you have Showtime now too. Don't care if you didn't want it. Now you have it.
Yeah. That's why the price is going up. That's some bullshit.
Yep.
Speaking of things,
Peacock's price going up too, motherfuckers.
What?
Peacock's price is going up.
Speaking of things that
yesterday when I was talking to
I hate you so much. Speaking of things that I've been watching and haven't gotten back to, something I want to because of what I've been playing is Vikings. Because I think I only watched like the first season and a half of Vikings, and I never got back to it. But I've been playing God of War from 2018. And I've pretty much beaten it. I beat the main story of the game. All I have to do is the stuff in Niflheim now. I've got like one more Valkyrie to kill in the fucking poison, and then I can go get the Queen Valkyrie, and then I'm just done with God of War pretty much.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah. But
Valkyries and shit. I fought one, and I was like, that's enough. I don't need to do this ever again.
They were a pain in the ass, especially the one that I fought last night in Helheim. Dude, it took me fucking forever. She was pissing me the fuck off. For the first time in a long time, I actually like threw my fucking controller down. I was so mad because like she was right there, and then she just kept. I couldn't block. I couldn't stop it. It was driving me nuts. I'm dodging, and she still hit me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But I finally fucking beat her, and it felt so fucking good. So I got one more fucking Valkyrie, and then I can go fight the Queen, and then I think I'm done with the game. And
you sound like those people that play those Souls games.
Yeah, I for a moment thought that's what he was talking about, and then I was like, no, that's not what he said.
I might go on to God of War Ragnarok after that. However, my problem is I just suck at video games apparently because I'm playing it on like easy and I'm struggling like with these Valkyries. Like I'm on the give me the story.
You're an actual adult.
Yeah.
So that's why that mode exists for people like us because yeah.
And they're still kicking my ass.
In most games, I start on normal, but oftentimes I'll just, go ahead and lower that because I don't have time to get good at this. So this is where we are now.
Yeah, no, that's it. God of War, and then the Acolyte, which was really good. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I know people have been shitting all over it. Star Wars fans hate it, but I don't give a fuck.
I don't know if I've talked about this on here before, but I'm convinced that Star Wars fans just like being miserable.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like it's like they hate everything, but they keep watching everything. Like they're like wrestling fans like that. When they talk about how shitty wrestling is now, but they can tell you everything that happened and everything that's ever been put out, including the stuff that's being put out right now. So, do you hate it?
Don't starve.
No, I don't hate it.
Like, no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people who.
Yes.
Yeah,
no, they all hate it.
I don't know. It's crazy to me. Everything that comes out now is the worst thing ever, apparently, and they keep watching it, and I don't understand why. But yeah, Vikings. You should definitely watch Vikings. Great fucking show. Vikings Valhalla is good too. That's the follow-up show to it. It's on Netflix also. It's good shit.
Thanks,
Also,
Will. I just found it.
Speaking of other things that are on Netflix, have you watched Black Sails, Matt?
No, I haven't. I only watched the one. I only watched the one episode where old girl from The Flash. You get to see her titties. That's all I've seen from that show. And that I went specifically to find that because I have a thing for her. So
understandable.
You know me.
She was hot in
Dragons
Percy
and
Jackson
titties.
too, even as Medusa. So
Yeah. Well, Mara's doing what she's doing before she tells us what she's been watching and playing. We got a porn website update. We still pending or?
Verification on there is weird because I sent the things they needed for verification and they said that didn't work, so I got to redo it again. I just haven't gone back to it. But yeah.
Okay.
Caught up on My Adventures with Superman.
Mm-hmm.
We've been watching The Boys, but I haven't watched today's episode yet.
Me neither. It's the finale.
What else? I feel like I just watched a bunch of shit the last few days, and I don't even remember what it was now. What else did we watch? Oh my god. Okay. I haven't really played anything because we've been moving stuff around and unpacking and cleaning and great catch, Will. Ted Lasso's a good one. Get your tissues ready. But I've been playing Snap, so I don't think I've been playing anything else. I've been reading here and there.
Okay. What you been reading?
What is that book called? I think it's called Wolf.
Is it a spicy novel?
I think so. Oh, it's called Bride, but it's about it's like a supernatural, I think, spicy one. I'm only in like the first chapter still. But it's like the girl's a vampire, the boy's a werewolf. Arranged marriage is where I've gotten so far to bring unification.
That existed in a movie a long time ago. That's called Underworld. I mean,
I was gonna say, isn't that Underworld?
Like, been there already. Underworld.
Yeah. So
I need to get back on my smut reading.
Yeah, I'm reading
I'm gonna
that.
read Court of Thorns and Roses.
I'm reading that, and then I have a few other things, like a few other ebooks that I had just told the library to let the next person do it since I was still reading this one, like Butcher and the Blackbird, which I think I said I wanted to start. Yeah, so we're getting some reading in, we're doing some gaming. I'm hoping now with the multiple screens I have, I can be a little bit more efficient on doing some other stuff.
Ted Lasso is softcore porn or straight porn?
Neither. I don't think that's about Ted Lasso.
Okay.
I think he's talking about our smut reading.
Could be.
Yeah. But A Thorn of Roses or whatever, that sounds like something that's probably like on a bookmark of mine. I be in stores. If I'm in Target or Barnes and Noble or something like that, I take pictures of covers to be like, look for this in the library.
I miss Fabio.
What a time. My aunt used to have scores of those books.
Just books with Fabio on the cover.
Yes. I think she somehow got probably, old lady scammed into some book subscription thing. You know what I mean? Like they'd be like, oh, we're going to send you these books. And then somehow you've ended up with like an 8-year subscription or something like that. And then you just have no more money. And then you're just like, Auntie, where's your money?
Well, that's fantastic. What are the names of the books?
Yeah, I was going to say, send us the names of the books. I got to see if I've read them and or Kate has read them. So
I'll provide some dollars. Yeah. Or if they're in the library as an ebook, I'll do that too. But yeah, that's all I've been watching and playing. I know I've just been kind of rewatching a lot of movies. I watched Independence Day for the first time on the 4th. We haven't been on since then. That's why I feel like.
Wait,
the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
Me and Luna watched Independence Day for the first time on the 4th.
So you wouldn't have gotten the Welcome to Earth reference at any point if I had done that, huh?
Nope.
You had never seen Independence Day until
14 days ago.
Wow. So I know I've made Independence Day references before on shows. Like I know for a fact I've like talked about somebody coming down with an attitude, packing all big and bad or some shit.
You probably have. It's probably one of those moments that I kind of just sat there like,
Like
Just
that
like-
scene of him dragging that alien through the desert is like one of my favorite scenes in all of cinema.
I will say, while we were watching it, because it was all four of us watching it, and I had paused it because like I was like, this is classic Will Smith. So I paused it to let them know. I was like, I can guarantee you almost every action movie this man is in, he is dragging something or he is walking around fucking just going off, and there's probably no one else in proximity.
Does it better than anybody else.
Yeah, I was like, this is like the best. This is cinematic history right here. Mind you.
Independence Day is a huge part of something we're going to talk about later in the show. As to my decision, and the fact that you just saw it for the first time blows my fucking mind, because like a lot of my decision hinged on stuff like Independence Day. So I really, like I said, it was a really hard decision to make.
It's a crime that he wasn't in the sequel, but
Oh, he wasn't?
no.
As you can see, obviously, I didn't see the sequel yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I realized it's been a couple of weeks since we've done this. So that's why I was like, why do I feel like there's so much stuff I watched? But that's why.
Cool. Well,
Mara's the new Katie.
I
What?
don't get that
Yeah, 'cause
reference.
we
Katie
make
hasn't
fun of
seen
Katie
anything
for-
either.
We make fun of Katie saying that we taught her how to watch movies, that she had never watched movies before she met me and Reek.
Ah. I know how to find these things. It's just sometimes like there's some movies that I'm just like, I think it's been so long that I don't think anyone might notice if I've never seen it. Like there's certain like legacy films as per a cultural background that I'm pretty sure I should have seen. That like I may understand a little bit of the reference just because of how long the internet's been out. But if I've seen the entire full movie, might be a low shot.
You're welcome, Will.
Well, here's the thing. Not for this show. We're not going to be able to fit it into this show. But for future things, separate recordings, we're going to start playing Name That Movie again. And Matt, at that point, you'll realize how few things Mara has seen. Because it's just...
No, because we did it with John the first time around.
I used to watch. The whole reason I'm here is because you guys did the Creatia Conversation, and I was your biggest fan, and I used to lose my shit in the car listening to you guys play Name That Movie and not know what the fuck was going on. I was your biggest hater. I was like, how do you not know that? And then she's like, I'm a horror fan. I'm like, you don't know shit.
I don't. I like current pop culture horror.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Every time it was like Mara's a child and she has not seen anything.
It would be funny when John would say he had seen things and I was just, but like it should be things that I typically probably should have seen already. And I'd be like, okay.
Prior to being on the Creatia Conversation, I was on a YouTube channel called Registered Cinephiles. So yeah.
Yep.
So, as far as me though, I mentioned it actually on #ThemeDragons. Just watched all 4 John Wick movies for the first time.
I also have not seen 3 and 4.
Yeah, it was a great time. Started on Wednesday with the first John Wick, and then each night I watched another one through Saturday. Time well spent. Glad I did it. Also, new show came out on Netflix over the weekend that we actually watched the trailer for, called Exploding Kittens.
Oh,
fantastic show. Fucking love it.
Season 2 of Hit Monkey came out. That's what we started.
That did come out.
Yes.
Yeah, need to check that out.
Do it. Well, don't start it on your account now. For obvious reasons.
Well, I'm not going to do it right now. Because something I haven't actually started watching yet, but it's back. Big Brother's back, so
okay.
It's
here we go. How
There's
long
very little time for other things now. So
How long
shit.
how long has Big Brother been back?
it came back last night.
Oh, okay. So no white boys have said the N-word yet.
None yet.
Okay.
Yet. But yeah, that comes on 3 nights a week. So it's that's gonna occupy plenty of my time. So I'm looking forward to that. We haven't watched last night's episode yet, but I will be turning that on tonight.
It's maybe only on day 3. Wasn't it like on week 1 last time, Will? Or month 1 when Homeboy?
Yeah, it was only a few weeks in. It was not very long in. But yeah, that was one of those things. Like we've had this conversation on here before. I don't know if I was on the show with y'all, but I think I was on here with Will talking about it actually. When I was just like, I was telling Imani, I'm like, yeah, I can never be on Big Brother. And she's like, why? I'm like, because I say nigga all the time. Like,
you would never be able to get a clear word in because they just be bleeping you every few seconds. Yeah. Like they wouldn't be able to catch anyone else's conversation because they would probably be honed in on like 2 other people, but you would be like 10 to 15 feet behind having a conversation probably with the other black dude in the house if you're lucky enough to get another one.
So we got 4 and a possible this year.
Okay.
And a possible.
Like, I don't know. I don't know for sure if she's black or not. So I haven't watched the show yet.
Racially ambiguous.
Yeah. So you would be in the back just having like a real ass conversation, and all they would still be picking up is nigga. And it would just be
I call everybody nigga. Like I call Matt nigga all the time. Like, it's just, yeah. It's just like and I cuss all the time too. Like I was dubbed Sir Cuss a lot way back when for a reason. Like it was a thing. But anyway, Big Brother's back, so I will be consuming a lot of that. But as you all may have figured out, the format of the show has shifted a bit again, but it kind of just shifted back to the way that the Creatia Conversation was originally. It's what we're doing is we're each going to present a topic of discussion in the world of creative media or Creatia.
You just have a different Caucasian this time.
Yeah. We replaced John with Matt, and we're
better one.
Yeah. Well, you can tell him that.
Yeah.
I do all the time. He was here for a week. I told him pretty much every day.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know he was probably like, I don't give a fuck.
No, he didn't. He did pop through for Smack and a Raw. A couple mini cameos that Travis has stuffed. We posted something where you can see something, but I had some shorts for him from the episode to clip. Or
you put the you put those in the Slack, right?
I think so. I can. Yeah. I'll look them up and send them tomorrow. Tell her what episode it's from.
Yeah, do that.
Cut those little spots out.
Yeah. But before we get into our topics, I want to just go ahead and do a trailer first.
Nice. What's it for?
Matt's gonna like this one.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you'll probably be okay with it too, but it's a Pokemon trailer.
Oh, okay. Oh.
You ever play Pokemon Unite, Matt?
No, I don't go outside the main series of games like Pokemon Cafe and Mystery Dungeons and all that shit. I don't. I'm weird about my Pokemon.
Did you say Mystery Dungeons?
Yes.
What is Mystery Dungeons?
I don't know because I haven't played it. I just know it's a thing, Travis. You might want to look into
Pokemon BDSM?
Maybe. I've also never played Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon Snap, which I know Travis is a fan of.
Pokemon Snap is fun. Stadium was. You didn't have an N64, so it wouldn't make sense that you play Pokemon Stadium. So.
I would play Pokemon
BDSM. Fucking right.
I still like Arceus. I just haven't played my Switch in a while.
Arceus is fantastic, and I can't wait for the new game to drop. Zeta A, which is supposed to be like Arceus.
Oh, okay.
You know who that is, Travis?
I have no idea.
That was Gen 2.
These new niggas.
Like, it's not new. Literally, Pokemon fucking Silver and Gold.
Yeah.
Everybody after the original 151 is them new niggas.
I was gonna say, I feel like Ho-Oh is like probably under 200.
was gonna say Ho-Oh's a millennial like us. All right, like
I'm
we
saying
got
it's like I
Gen
can't
Z
just look
Pokemon out
this
now,
up.
Gen Alpha Pokemon out now. Like
I don't know what I'm really watching right now.
He's whipping the
I'm
shit
assuming
out of
there's
that
some
bird.
fighting happening, but
so my assumption is I think this is kind of like
Oh, I was wrong.
I heard it was like League of
He is
Legends
Gen
in a
2
way.
though.
that's what I was gonna. That's what I was looking for was League of Legends, yeah, or Smite.
Ho-Oh is in Gen 2, but
Yep.
he is number 250.
Mhm. He's basically the Mewtwo of Gen 2. He's the final legendary that you get.
And then
There's only
there's
one Mewtwo. And I
and
bet
then there's
Mewtwo will whoop his
Lugia,
ass.
who's 249.
And Raikou Entei Suicune.
How much more of this is this trailer going to be? Because like it's the same shit.
It's
over
literally
and
just
over
going to be
again.
him using fucking
I'm over
flamethrower.
it.
Oh, Sky
It's
Attack.
like it's like him. It's pretty much
It's
just
not for us.
I'm over it. I don't.
that seems like just like a snuff film of Ho-Oh fucking out here beating up on other
like
Pokemon.
what the fuck? What was this? I don't
What
know.
is he, an assassin?
I don't
That's what I'm
know.
saying. I like my video games like I like my wrestling. I like it for the story. And a lot of these side games, there isn't a whole lot of like of the story that I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? And there was no story in that trailer.
None whatsoever.
Like not even
Oh,
like
it was enough
some
cover.
annoying high-pitched ooh girl, you know, talking about what Ho-Oh is doing. Like just music and violence.
And not even the fun kind of violence, because you didn't really see nothing really happening. It was like he did the thing, but like you didn't see no damage happening really, and it was just, you know, it's just do better. But anyway, Mara, what's your topic?
Okay. You got Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, and Eddie Murphy. One's entire catalog has to go.
Mm-hmm.
Which one are you choosing?
You want us to go, or you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I went with Martin Lawrence.
Interesting.
Yes.
Why?
So Eddie Murphy was kind of the one, like when I was growing up watching a lot of like Black comedy films, like Eddie Murphy was kind of the one who I watched all of those, like Daddy Daycare, the Dr. Dolittle, 1, 2, and 3, like all of those. Like I love, and then you know when he was in Shrek as Donkey, Mulan as Mushu, like I can't beat those. Will Smith, some of my favorite rom-coms are in there. Like Hitch will always be my favorite rom-com. And so I couldn't let that one go.
And you just saw Independence Day, so you know we can't let that one go. So.
Yes, that too. So, you know, it's kind of disappointing now to know that he's not the second one. So maybe I can do without that one.
You can actually.
Like
also, no bullshit. Like it's not even a good one. And the one that like it's about the kid Dylan, you know, the one that was also in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's about him. And it's just like the same dude isn't even playing him. They got somebody else playing him, so it's not even like fun, you know.
Gotcha. I also enjoyed it for
Matt's raising his hand.
Yes, Matt.
I have a theoretical question because there's a little bit of crossover here. So if you erase all of like Eddie Murphy's catalog or all of Martin Lawrence's catalog, do you also erase all of the movies that they did with someone else on this list? So like,
so that was what I was.
Guess so.
I was thinking about it. I was debating if I wanted to just erase it or if they in like a different universe they would just recast it with someone else.
See, the way I was looking at it is if they were like, you know, one of the main starring roles in the movie, then the movie doesn't exist anymore. Like that was the way I was picturing it in my head. If they were like, you know, just some random that would just happen to be there for one scene or something like that, that didn't really count. How often did that happen with them anyway?
I'm just trying to figure out if we lose Life regardless or Bad Boys regardless, depending on who you pick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Life.
no matter what, those are gone.
Yeah, I'm see.
You don't know Life?
No, she hasn't seen. It doesn't surprise me that she hasn't seen Life.
I was like, whose is that one?
I feel like it's more surprising that I've seen Life and she hasn't seen Life.
I'm actually surprised you've seen Life. So
yeah.
But yeah, I'm not surprised at all that Mara.
Oh, no.
I'm the pappy. Yeah.
Oh, that's what that's from?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But also with like
yeah.
with Martin Lawrence, it's like I think for most of his filmography, like aside from Bad Boys, like I know he has Big Mama's House. That's never really
Yeah, man. Big Mama's House, Blue Streak, the TV show. Shit, ain't no way.
Well, see, the only one that I think the TV show was probably probably his only redeeming thing for me, because like that's what I grew up knowing Martin Lawrence as. It was like, oh, you also do movies. Oh, you also have done stand-up. Oh, okay. But yeah, I stand firm by my decision.
So for me, the decision was easy, but not easy, because I'll go ahead and tell you what my decision was. It was Eddie Murphy. Let me tell you why. I know I didn't like doing it, but as far as Eddie Murphy's movie catalog, most of it is stuff I've seen it, I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't really miss it if it was gone. Like Coming to America, great movie. I really enjoyed it, love it. But if I never saw the movie again, or I wouldn't be sad. It's just like I haven't watched that movie in over 20 years. I don't think. Like it's one of those. I'm okay without it existing. Most of his stuff was like for me early, like most of his classic stuff, I guess you'd say. I guess what Mario would consider classic is different than what I consider classic. But most of that is from like when I was either really young or before I was born. So it's just like it doesn't really hit with me. So it came down to with Eddie Murphy, like, am I okay with losing Shrek? And when I compared it to what I would lose with the other two, I decided, yes, I'm okay with losing Shrek. So that was what it came down, because I'm not losing the Martin TV show. I'm not losing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm not losing Bad Boys 1, 2, 3, or 4. I am not losing Independence Day. I am not losing Men in Black. I am not losing Blue Streak. Like it's not happening. So
I thought I had my decision, and for whatever reason, I don't know why I didn't think of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when I was going through everything. I was like,
I could Will Smith.
I did in my head, because I was like, honestly, as much as I do love
thinking movies, yeah.
I was just thinking movies, and when I thought Eddie Murphy, I was like, I like Norbit and Dr. Dolittle weren't really my thing, but Shrek, Mulan, Eddie Murphy's Raw, his comedy is gone. Like Raw is one of those comedy specials.
My girl likes to party all night, party all the time.
Like I'm like, I can't. Vampire in Brooklyn, like I'm like, I can't. Coming to America, like you can't do that, right? And then, like you said, Martin, I did think of Martin the TV show, and I was thinking of everything Martin Lawrence does, and I'm like, all right, yeah. And then Will Smith, I was like, all right, so I'll lose Wild West, Independence Day, Hancock, whatever. It sucks, but it is what it is.
I will say this as one of the biggest Will Smith fans on the planet. Losing Hancock isn't all that bad.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, I like Hancock, but if it never existed, I wouldn't feel like anything was missing.
With Will, like I feel like he does have some things that it's just like, okay, I would be fine if we lost that. But when I think about the music too, I was just like, no, that's integral to my childhood. I can't.
Wait, music for what?
Will Smith.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I can't.
Get jiggy with it.
Can't lose. Yes.
Speaking of Will Smith, it's funny. Yesterday when I got off of work, mine is in the bedroom. Right, the bedroom's right here. I switched from my glasses into my sunglasses, and I walked into the bedroom, played the dance break from Men in Black, and did the dance, and then just walked out. And it was one of those moments where I was just doing weird Travis shit, and she just pretended I didn't exist for a while. And I'm like, acknowledge me. But yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. In West Philadelphia, born and raised.
I guess I'm just gonna have to choose the lesser of the evils, because I feel like even though Raw and Coming to America are a big deal, I feel like losing Martin and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air are a bigger deal. So I'm gonna have to go with Travis and say Eddie Murphy. I am. I really, and that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah, I know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit.
Fuck you, Mara.
You know, the funny part was I wanted to put a fourth in there, and then I was just like,
Who would the fourth have been?
Chris Rock.
Oh, I would have cut Chris Rock.
Oh yeah, I would have cut.
with no problem. Like,
and I'm losing a Saw movie doing that, and I still would have cut Chris Rock.
Like, I would have cut Chris Rock so quick. Like, yeah, Will agrees. Chris Rock is easy.
You should have added Chris Rock. You should have made this
life so much easier. Goodbye. Like,
it was a Saw movie. It counts. It's part of the franchise.
Kind of a song.
Oh, that Spiral.
Yeah.
I never saw it, but
I did. Interesting take.
Okay.
Thanks. That was great. Because there were so many different reasons in there. Like, I'm pretty sure other people, like, because I'm new to Independence Day. It was like, who would have thought that Hitch is the reason why Will Smith gets spared?
Oh man. Yeah. Like I said, with me, I listed all the things that I'm not giving those up. It's just not happening. Like, the 2 TV shows alone were enough, but then you add the movies on top, and that's just, oh man. But yeah, I concur with you, man. Fuck you, Mara. Good topic, but fuck you too.
Thanks.
Here's another trailer.
Oh boy, here we go.
Well, hopefully this one will be better than the last one.
Is this a cartoon?
This isn't what you think it is.
Everyone's getting heavy on jumping on the anime trend.
But you've been on a collision course your entire life.
Take existing property and make an anime out of it.
Yeah. But I'm saying, I was like, they've run out of ideas. They're just repurposing the same things all over again, which is it's cool because it's cool to see it in a very different perspective, like a different style.
Mm-hmm.
I just found out yesterday they're doing a Rick and Morty anime. So
I think I did hear about that.
I think there's a trailer for it.
There's the one thing standing in between.
So it's just like, I get it. It's easier to stylize everything differently to kind of give a different twist on the story, but there's no more new ideas coming out.
Okay. Matt, man.
Yeah.
What's your topic?
So my topic is, if you could create a video game from your favorite franchise, your favorite video game franchise, you had free reign to make whatever you wanted from that franchise, your own game. What would you want to do with that game? And what would you want to add or remove, if anything? So, for example, Travis and I are huge fans of what I'm going to call the Warriors franchise. You have Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, Warriors Orochi, and then also things like Hyrule Warriors and One Piece Warriors. Like they've really expanded that out. And what I would want to do is what I'd call console warriors. So essentially, there would be a game for PlayStation that would have all of the PlayStation exclusive characters as characters in a Warriors game. So you'd get Kratos, you'd get is Crash Bandicoot still technically exclusive?
So what now?
Is Crash Bandicoot exclusive?
It is now.
Exclusive to PlayStation?
Because Xbox now owns Activision. So
yeah, but like,
even though they have started putting other consoles now too, so we don't know what the fuck they're gonna do, because
I feel like Crash Bandicoot also has a couple of games in the PlayStation catalog.
Well, it was PlayStation first, but the thing is, it was sold off to Activision, and now Xbox owns Activision as of this recent purchase. So
when you look at characters like Tomb Raider, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, stuff like that, you'd have a roster of mostly PlayStation exclusive characters, maybe some stuff from Final Fantasy, and then worlds within there that you can go through and play through the story with different characters and build up and do it Dynasty Warrior style. Same thing with the Xbox, same thing with the Nintendo Switch. So, and obviously Nintendo Switch is going to be more like Hyrule Warriors because a lot of that's more cartoony and kid game based, but you'd have like Gears of War and Halo characters, stuff like that, all in a Warriors game where you go and you play through in that kind of gameplay. And I think that'd be fun as shit. And mostly it's just because I've been playing God of War and I'm like, I love this, but I'd love this so much more in like a warrior style game. I just like to take Kratos and the Blades of Chaos and slash through thousands and thousands of people.
I had to say, Matt just wants to play Dynasty Warriors again, and
with God of War. I want God of War, God of Warriors. Give me God of War.
God of Warriors.
God of Warriors.
That's kind of like, that kind of sounds like what, like, I guess where my head would be leaning toward. I don't know if I would change much. I just want to be able to play SSX and SSX Tricky again. Like, just change all the compatibility and put all four of the games. Is there 4 or is there 5 of them?
SSX was the snowboarding one, right?
Yeah. I was like, this is the closest I'll ever get to skiing or snowboarding.
Really?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do it on my own accord.
What do you mean on your own accord? Just
like I wouldn't go to like a ski or snowboarding place to do that.
So if we had like a Creatia ski trip, you wouldn't come?
I don't know.
I wouldn't come.
Except
I don't think you'd go either, Travis. You moved as far away from fucking snow as possible.
Yeah, because I didn't want to live in it. That didn't mean I didn't want to visit it.
No, I don't want to visit it. I'm still living in it. Maybe that's why. Fuck that shit.
Me too. I don't know.
I've never been skiing. I've always wanted to. It's just.
I mean, if we were going to like somewhere, I guess where like Salt Lake or Denver, maybe. I guess.
Mara and I both vetoed the Creatia World ski trip.
I mean, it's clearly not happening now. So.
Yeah, I feel like unless we were going to like 2 of those places, I feel like I would pass on that. Now, if you want to do the drink by the beach or in the pool resort Creatia business trip, I am 10 toes down for that.
So you just want another addition or a new addition to the SSX franchise?
Yes. And if
Something
you could even
updated.
even if they could like somehow kind of combine it with Fortnite's characters, because some of the characters I've unlocked in Fortnite, I wish I could play those in other places. They just look cool. And it would be like, it could just be like one of the games that they offer on there. And then you could use those characters in there, or you could have access to the EA Blizzard, whatever company they're also under besides EA or EA Sports. You can use those characters as well. But yeah, and then we would call it SSX4 ever.
Speaking of EA,
EVA,
bring like those big sports.
yes,
games,
for
NBA
LYFE.
Like NBA Street, NFL Street, like those games were fun as fuck. Like,
They were.
Bring those back.
Remember
like,
the one where they mashed up with the Nintendo characters? Like they had Mario, I think, in there. Or it was some character. Who did
I don't remember that.
It was like
I do remember in NBA Street for some reason 3LW was in the game.
I need Def Jam back.
Yeah, those were good. Those were good days.
I think it was All Stars. Yeah, it was NBA Street V3. It was for GameCube.
Okay. Oh, and it was on GameCube. That makes sense.
It was on GameCube, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. And
the GameCube version had the Nintendo characters.
I think all of them had it, but like you had to have that.
I have a hard time believing that they put the Nintendo characters on the Xbox or PlayStation version, but
oh no.
I'm just sad we never got like a full-on hip-hop fighting game where like I could be Ludacris, but like from the Stomp video with the big foot fucking people up, or Like now, I could be
Oh,
Eminem
you're
and I
right.
could beat the shit out of P Diddy. Like it'd be fun, and I don't get that.
I feel like if they put that game out now, everybody would just want to beat the shit out of P Diddy. Like,
P. Diddy, Drake.
we can just put out a game now where it's just jump P Diddy, and it's just the whole point of the game is to whoop P Diddy's ass.
Someone had made a video game, like an 8-bit video game of sorts of Kendrick Lamar's.
The thing we got to tap in a direction and shit. Yeah, I saw that shit.
Oh, and Travis, you were right. So, along with SSX on tour, the GameCube versions contained Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach as playable characters. This was part of a deal Nintendo had with EA Sports to have Nintendo's intellectual properties appear in EA franchises, which makes sense because my first gaming system to like the TV was a GameCube.
Yeah, they do that a lot with certain games that come on a lot of different consoles and stuff. Like, I think it was the Avengers game that came out a while back. Like having Spider-Man was exclusive to PlayStation. Like it was, they do stuff like that with games all the time.
Spider-Man could be in my Console Warriors game because he's a PlayStation exclusive.
He is.
And
so
some,
for me,
some moves he can summon in Miles to swing in and help out, and then he leaves, kind of like an assist.
Works for me.
Musou.
Great games. So for me, I thoroughly enjoy the Final Fantasy series, and my favorite part of Final Fantasy games has always been the summoning. However, there's something missing. And the thing that's missing really is that we don't summon enough dragons. So the way it will work for me, first of all, I'm taking Final Fantasy back to being turn-based again because that's when I enjoyed it the most. So combat is going to be turn-based again. And each character, I'm guessing, I'm going to have them each have one summon. And all their different summons are going to be a different dragon, different type of dragon, Like darkness dragon, like, Bahamut, but, just full-on dragon form like he is in other games because in most things, Bahamut's a dragon. Instead of Ifrit, or we could just put Ifrit in dragon form,
Fire dragon.
Yeah, exactly. You get what I'm saying. Shiva in dragon form. Like we put all of them in dragon form, but each person gets one of them. And that would be the game I'd make there. Because I want more dragons in everything. So put them in Final Fantasy and kind of just make it like Legend of the Dragoon, but better.
Legends of what?
Legend of the Dragoon. Dragoon. So yeah, that's what I would do.
Turn-based and more dragons.
Mm-hmm.
So you just want Square Enix to make a new Legends of the Dragoon game.
Kinda. I don't know if I want Square Enix to do it though.
That's who makes the Final Fantasy.
I know, but you said do I want Square Enix to make another Legend of Dragoon game? I want another Legend of Dragoon game to exist. Yes, that's outside of what we're talking about here.
Okay.
But if I want another Legend of Dragoon game, I don't know if I want Square Enix to do it. But this right here that I described is something I think Square Enix can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they do it well. And if they don't do it, I'll find somebody who will, damn it.
What else you got?
Another trailer here.
Hey,
Ooh.
I just learned that you can get SSX, the one that came out. I think the last installment that had come out for it. You can get it on EA Play.
Oh, okay.
You
got to subscribe to something else.
I was gonna say,
and then
I'm really happy that this question has opened up Mara to her love of SX again, which is really hard for me to say for some reason.
Yeah, it's always been like that. And I feel like that's I feel like saying that shit so much growing up is part of the reason why I occasionally have a lisp. Just permanently altered the way those letters go together. But then I'd still have to get an Xbox so I can play whatever the Game Pass thing is on Xbox so I can play it. This kind of seems more expensive than I wanted it to be.
Well, if you have the 4K Fire Stick, you can just subscribe to Game Pass on there and do it. But that way, you don't need an actual Xbox.
I'm learning new things with this desk
That's
setup.
new. That's new. They just started doing that. But I don't know if your Mac might not be strong enough. But if you do cloud gaming, you can do it still. But Will said he has no desire to get in the cold ass snow and fall down a lot. But do you have the desire to see other people fall down a lot? Flip side to that, Yeah, you'll fall, but you get to watch other people fall all the time. But this trailer.
Let's do it. Oh, they said fuck Mac.
Yeah.
Facts.
Well, I was in a micro center the other day with Chris, and I saw this really, really, really pretty gaming PC. It was like a pink tower, and then on the side you could see inside, and it had like RGB lighting over it. You could see the fans too. It was so pretty. And he was like, "Do you want to build a PC?" And I was like, "Stop it."
Yes, you do. You do. I built mine, and it's basically like that, but blue. You can see the fans on the front here. The fans light up. There's also a couple fans on the inside, but there's light up on the inside too and shit. It's a pretty dope ass PC. And that way you can just, you buy it one time, then you just upgrade the parts one at a time, and that way you're never buying anything completely new. The initial investment is going to hurt.
Yeah, that tower I think was like $1,500 or something. And I was
when I built mine, I spent money that I'm very uncomfortable admitting out loud that I spent. But to be fair, it was right after I got the Trump check. So,
he hears me talking about it. He just sent me a link for PC part picker.
Yeah. Just do it. Just do it. It's what the cool kids do.
We also have a bunch of coworkers that we know built PCs, so they also talk like out loud about it. So it's also like, what did you say, my fellow nerd?
Let's watch this trailer.
Yes.
Nobody wants to die.
This is true, and this is going to give me an existential crisis.
Goal is better than inactivity. An alternative to focusing on the symptoms and the memories.
This
it's
feels
like an old saying. People are like, everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die.
True.
What are you saying, Mark?
I don't have any.
I was gonna say this is kind of giving like an altered carbon kind of feel.
I can see it.
You're a goddamn departmental legend.
Legend, huh?
More like cautionary tale.
I need
You said legend first.
Do you think I don't know why the chief put you on restricted duty?
No doubt about it. This case smells worse than a 2-week-old corpse in a storm drain.
Can
There's a lot of
I
those.
ask you something personal?
I'm getting max pain from this.
In life after death. Well, apparently in the past, people used to ask stuff like that all the time.
Never mind.
Because the
He
average
rewinding time?
lifespan was less than 100 years.
What is Dr. Manhattan doing there?
Can we believe in anything beyond this?
Yeah, it looks like he's rewinding.
What if you could choose the bank or death?
Sarah?
New York folks fucking up again, Mark.
All those innocent souls. I will find you.
James? No, please.
Take you apart piece by piece.
And I will rule you.
I've lost visual.
I bet you have.
Should be thanking me.
PS5, Xbox, and PC. You want to pick it up? Looks interesting.
Yes.
It does look interesting. Far more interesting than Pokemon Unite Ho-Oh.
We're gonna pretend that doesn't exist. We didn't watch that. I have no idea what you're talking about.
The second season
Of what?
with Altered Carbon. What did you say, Matt? I was just like, wait, what did you compare that to?
He said that looked interesting, and I said far more interesting than Pokemon Unite Ho-Oh. The first trailer that we
Oh.
watched at the beginning of the show today?
I thought you were also comparing it to because
Listen,
I
I
remember-
understand when I said the McChicken thing, how you guys were all very confused. I get it. I listened back to it. I understand.
yeah,
I get it.
I think that one was all of our
This
audience.
is
Yeah.
very straightforward. There should have been no confusion.
She just didn't hear you say
I missed
Pokemon
I
Unite.
missed the
She-
Pokemon part.
Yeah. And she was still thinking about Altered Carbon, so that's just where she went. That was one of those moments too where she was in her own head and she thought we were there too, but we weren't. Like it was.
We're not. No.
Oh man. So my topic.
Yes.
If you could go, not really go back in time, but if you could somehow, whether it's like, erase your memory or whatever, but just experience something in like a movie, a TV show, or a game for the first time all over again, what would you choose to do that with?
You want to go first?
I'll let y'all go first.
Do you want to go first,
I have
Matt?
two.
Oh.
Okay.
I have a movie and a TV show. The TV show, something that had a chokehold on both Travis and I for a long time would be Beast Wars.
Beast Wars.
I
I knew it.
to roll that act and experience Beast Wars again for the first
Oh
time.
man.
And
That
that's the
second and
movie.
third season, like the first season was good, but season 2 and 3 were just like the whole
Yeah.
time. The whole time.
And then you get into the transmetals and anyway.
Yeah.
As far as the movie
Optimus was
goes,
dead and he came back. Dinobot
There's
died and it was just. I'm sorry, I was reminiscing on Beast Wars. That's your
I know you
fault.
were. I know you were. No, I got you. As far as the movie goes, something that I've said has been my favorite horror movie of the last, now it's just over a decade, 11 years, that I saw actually back to back, which is one of the few movies that I went and saw in the same weekend, 2 nights in a row, is 2013's Evil Dead. I really liked that movie. I liked it a lot. And it came out on my birthday. I'd love to just redo that whole thing again.
I feel you. How about you, Mara?
Mine was a video game,
Mhm.
and I chose The Simpsons Hit and Run.
Interesting choice. Why is that?
It was a game that I never got past, like the absolute last stage, like that one last boss level where you had to get to like the city center. I was always just a few seconds shy and I never finished it once my GameCube went missing in action.
Mhm.
And I just remember how much joy I had watching that story unfold because it was hysterical. Because this is also when Simpsons were kind of like still doing good, like before it started getting a little bit cheesier.
Mhm.
So it was like watching that, during dinner and then playing that, after I finished my homework before bed. Like I was living it up. And I would love to have that feeling from that time again.
I take back everything I just said based on what Mara said because I forgot. Fuck Evil Dead, fuck Beast Wars. Final Fantasy X is the greatest game ever made, and I want to replay that for the first time every time.
I get it.
Nothing in life brought me more joy than the first playthrough of that game. Not the first time I
was
enjoyed
there.
that more than the first time I had sex. So give me Final Fantasy X all over again.
I would even
to be fair, hey, if y'all didn't know this, Matt's first time having sex was in the backseat of a GTO. So
It was.
he didn't have a lot of space, so he wasn't really able to enjoy it fully like he should have, just to be fair.
It was.
How did I know? He told me. Was I watching? I won't tell you.
what was I gonna say?
I wasn't watching.
The only other thing I feel like I would like to, and it would still be another game, I think I would want to experience for the first time all over again, the first Sims.
Okay. I played the first Sims, but I didn't really play the Sims for real until Sims 2.
Yeah. Because Sims 2 like had all those other like story packs or story
Expansions.
but they weren't like expansions on the main game. I don't think a lot of them were like their own independent game, but they were still in the Sims
Right.
universe. Like they had no, that's not Castaway, but they had like Sims 2 stories, those life story ones, like those were fun. And that's when I started actually doing more story playing in the game. And then Sims 3 made it open world, and it was like, oh, I can go anywhere in here now. Cool. Without a loading screen. Amazing. And then Sims 4 came out, and they said, we're stripping everything away, and we're going to charge you $50 for it.
Yeah. That's why we talked about this several times, Mara, how I started playing 4 and I'm like, I don't like this. And I just stopped because
Yep.
It's not working for me.
I'll still play it now because I've invested so much money into it. But
they added 7 million expansions that cost you millions of dollars, and now it's back to the game that Sims 3 was before that. So
it's still releasing stuff. Like that new pack that I pre-ordered comes out, I think, next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my choices.
I hear you. So I went back and forth on a few things with this. And one thing, I've been singing the praises of Lost for a very long time. I used to tell people how Lost saved television and, fixed television and all that kind of stuff. However, in order for Lost to hit the way it hit the first time I watched it, I would also have to erase my memories of so many shows that came out after that. Lost hit for me the way it hit because of when I saw it. And because at that point, shows that were made that way, that had that mystery in there, that had that story that kept you hooked all the way through like that, didn't really exist at that point. But since then, we've gotten things like Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones and all that kind of shit, Walking Dead, all these other things that came out after that, So now watching Lost for the first time really won't hit for me the way it hit the first time I saw it for real. Another thing I thought about was another thing that I played and the world is different now, was GTA 3. Problem is, other open world games exist now. And so I would have to erase my memory of all those other games for GTA 3 to hit the way it hit the first time I played it. Like Matt's choice, yours works because Final Fantasy X still works. It does. It doesn't matter what else you've played. That game still hits. So nothing to lose there. But for me, so that's why it's hard for me to pick a video game, because iterations that have happened since a lot of these games have come out, that's one that I can see makes sense. That'll still hit. But I went to movies, and nothing was like the first time I saw Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
All the build up, everything. And I was going back and forth between that and Endgame, because Endgame was one that got you in the feels too, because, on your left cap, that whole moment there was just beautiful.
And that wraps up the story. But...
Yeah. But the way Infinity War went down, as I'm watching that the whole time on the edge of my seat. I wasn't really on the edge of my seat for a lot of movies, but that was one that had me literally on the edge of my seat the whole time I watched it the first time. And then the way it ended, and you're just like, oh shit, I knew they would do this, but I didn't think they'd actually do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things where it's just like, I know how the story's supposed to go. I know you tease this, the gauntlet, all he has to do is snap his fingers. He wants to get rid of half the world and all that kind of stuff. There's no way they build all that and they don't make that happen.
Right.
But you're still the whole time like, they can stop him. They can stop them. Somehow they're able to flip your brain to that point where you're still rooting for them to stop them and thinking they can do it, knowing they're gonna fail. But yeah, that's the one that I'm like, if I could experience that for the first time again.
That was the time I felt like I was gonna have a nervous breakdown in that theater when Bucky dusted away. I was like, what the fuck?
on that note, I feel like a lot of this stuff could be accomplished by taking, like, let's say Final Fantasy X and making a movie and or a TV show on Netflix where that you can relive the story watching it as if you're playing through it again. I think that would work. For Avengers, if they had just made Infinity War into like a straightforward game where you get to play as all of the characters, you could relive playing again, but this time it's in your hands. And you think, oh, because it's in my hands, I can do it. Then they still make you fail at the end of the game.
That sounds like something that they could do in VR. That sounds like some.
They kind of did that with Ultimate Alliance 3, but
yeah, but it's not. I want an exact the characters, the MCU property, exact.
I was about to say the way that they did it for Ultimate Alliance 3, it was like it was all of Marvel, like it was in the comics. So. It was a bit different, but yeah, man. It is funny thinking about all these things. Like the first time I played them, though, it was, or first time I experienced them in general. It's nice to think back to those times because, man. Were you about to say something more? I think I cut you off.
I don't remember.
Okay.
It's okay.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Well, kids, that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for watching. We appreciate it. If you're not watching us live, know that you can watch us live on Twitch at twitch.tv/CreatiaWorld. Also, you can watch us on YouTube at youtube.com/CreatiaWorld. And while you're there, we'd appreciate you subscribing. Just hit that little subscribe button. And the thing is, right next to that subscribe button, there's a little bell. And hanging from that bell is a little bing. So you know what I want you to do? I want you to flick that bing. That way you get notified every time we go live, every time we drop a new video, all that good stuff. We're going to have a lot of new stuff coming up. We're going to change the format of a lot of things we do. So there'll be more videos, more shorts, all that good stuff along with the long form podcast and everything. So be on the look for that. If you want to, support us financially, the best way to do it is on Patreon at patreon.com/CreatiaWorld. You get a lot of extra stuff. I won't get into all the details on that because we're running long already, but go there, patreon.com/CreatiaWorld, extra podcasts, perks, all that good stuff. Get links to everything we do at creatiaworld.com. So go there, check that out. All of our socials, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at It's Creatia World. That is at ITSCREATIA World. Also on Facebook at facebook.com/Creatia World. As far as your groups on Facebook that we got facebook.com/group/DemDragons for those of you who are fans of Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, all that good stuff. Get in there, talk about it, be about it, and watch that podcast every Sunday night after the show.
3 episodes left.
Yes. Also, if you're a wrestling fan, you want to go to facebook.com/group/Smacking and Raw, the official Facebook group for the Smacking and Raw podcast, the #1 wrestling podcast on the spicy sites. And you can find me on all the socials at Lord_Cussalott. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT. Mara, where can they find you?
On all the fun socials at Mara the Shark, MARADASHARK.
Matt, where can they find you?
Twitter at Matt Ritter for your wrestling content, at Getting Off for your horror content, and everywhere else at Smacking It Raw.
That'll be it for today. We'll catch y'all next time. Until then, we out.
Bye.
Jello.